Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. It's 11:12 p.m. UK time. Heading towards the witching hour. Little late this evening, but I'm on. Hello there, Queen. How are yous all doing? Hello, hello, hello. Let's go multi-stream. How are yous all doing? It is 11:12 p.m. and we are going to look into the looking glass. Bit catch up from my last stream. Hiya there, Star Moon Stars. Debbie's just told us, hiya everybody on YouTube. Debbie's just told us in Texas that is your clocks changed? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Has the clocks changed? Have you gone forward in time or back in time in the States? I'm here. How are you all doing? I'm multi-streaming tonight like I promised. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm back. I'm still in the land of the living, waiting for my operation. Oh, it's sprung forward. So you probably thought that I wasn't on, did you? Because the clocks haven't changed over here. I am late by 13 minutes. But you know me. Arizona doesn't change. So it's all exciting what's happening, isn't it? I haven't had time to watch David's latest stream. Do you know what I'm going on about? The latest one that he's put out. God, I can't even think of his surname. Who talks about all the intel and that. Good morning in Queensland. Hi, Teddy. Hiya, Amanda. Just get my tea. It's gone quite cold over here. It's gone quite nippy. I've got the heating on. It's all cozy. David Wilcock. He's just put one of his latest out on YouTube. I caught a little glimpse of it. So I thought I would cover, even though I haven't read it. I'll go row in after I've chatted a bit with my situation. And then we'll go row in. We'll do some healing prayers. And I'll see what's going on in the outer realms for you all. Have you missed it as well, Lydia? Ooh, Queen Wanda. Where do you live, Queen Wanda? You're having a big storm? No, not David Icke, David Wilcock. If you check him out after this, of course. He put something out earlier on. Wilcock, yeah. Good evening in Georgia. I'm just reading all your comments. Wait for you all to come on. Have you just watched it, Elven Queen? Was it good? Because he went into hiding into the forest, didn't he? If anybody who doesn't know who David Wilcock is, he's somebody who talks about the latest intel and the extraterrestrial beings. He's like a contactee and all of that. Really good stuff. I like David. It's been raining on and off all day, hasn't it? I've had a rather pleasant day today, and happy Mother's Day to everybody in the UK. I don't know if you celebrate it anywhere else in the world the same time we do, but happy Mother's Day to all mothers and daughters and that type of thing, and sons. And it's I've spent the day with my mother. It's been rather nice. Oh, she bought us some pink fluffy slippers, guys. I should have brought them down to show you. Oh, they're like pink, like Yeti feet. So, and I've got my pink dressing gown coming. It's on its way. So I'm going to be like a big pink blancmange when I go into hospital. I like pink and fluff, I am. How yous all doing? Now, where's my bell and where's my... There we go. Got my crystal ball. She's been in the garden. Cats are settled. Adam's happy upstairs. I got him a treat. He's had a Papa John's pizza delivered. He's all happy. So he's upstairs laughing. Let's hope it's because he's happy and it's not because he's stoned. Because I'll have his guts forgot as if I know he's been smoking his happy cigarettes in that bedroom. He's just put one out recently, Apron. If you put his name in on YouTube, he's just put one out recently. Okie dokie. Should we start? How is all doing? Supposed to hit during the eclipse. When's the eclipse again? I haven't even had time to do any astrologies, have I? It is always a great time to recognise mothers, isn't it? And just the other day, it was International Women's Day as well. So it's on April the 8th. Oh, marvellous. That's the day I go to the hospital. One of the days. Hiya, Stephen. And thank you. Stephen sent us some gorgeous flowers in the post. I don't know how he managed that from the States, but I got some gorgeous flowers off Stephen. They're still going strong. Lovely roses. We are on ground zero, exactly. It's very strange at the minute, guys, isn't it? It's like heaviness in the air type of thing. It's really eerie out there. And I had my friend over yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Frank, who we haven't met yet. And he's the guy we're going to be doing the ghost hunts with. And he was saying like it's going to be really eerie because it's eerie at the minute over here. We've got a lot of woodland and that. And it's just the energy outside is so creepy. I don't know if you feel the same where you are living, but it's really creepy over here at night. Now I'm live, son, okay? Right. No smoking them funny cigarettes upstairs, right? Right. Let's start. So for new people coming in, oh yes, I've been doing that, Sherry. I've shrunk it. I've been shrinking it. I just wanted the rest taken out. That's where the doctors come in with their scalpels. For the new people coming in, I start with the healing prayer and invoke all the angels in. It's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church. All right? And I ask my guides to come in. So we form the circle of light. This is live underground. And then it just gives an added, bonus of protection. So if you're worried about anybody, anything, any situation, from a person, yourself, any persons, animals, literally anything, write the name in the comment section, in the live comment section, or afterwards in the comment section, and you will receive free healing. I'll leave it up to the angels. The way I'm doing my healing at the minute is I've sort of do it in a way where I ask them to do it for use, okay? Just with my situation, but it still works, okay? Because as you know, I do Reiki and other things as well. I'm massively into the castor oil, Sherry. And you've got to use the wool, the proper natural organic wool stuff. I've even had a castor oil full wand done, like the full body. I was lying there like a mummy one night on the bed, full of castor oil, all wrapped up like a mummy. It's really good stuff. And it makes a marvellous, castor oil makes a marvellous anything for your hair, your face, hard skin on your feet. I just love castor oil. I'm a massive fan of that. Okie dokie. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So let's start. We've got Zizi sitting next to it. Nala's upstairs lying down on the bed like Queen of the May. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I've got my Michael necklace on there, or Frank. I don't know if anybody can see it. He got it from Edinburgh. It's actually a picture of Archangel Michael, and he's got his foot standing on Satan, and he's stamping him down. I love it. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, and Ra, to come forth to give us true answers tonight. And anybody from the spirit world, angelic realm, the fairy elementals, the animal kingdom, any star beings who would like to come forth, telecommunication, on world, off world, or in the spirit realm, to give us true answers. May this circle of light be formed with love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. Little A2I. He came in when I was doing somebody's, it was a healing session. Was it somebody I was doing? Because I do channeling sessions, private sessions of them as well. Oh, no, I channeled A2I. It was so bizarre. Do you like my necklace? Thank you. And that's my smoking pipe. People will say, well, how the hell does that work? It's called a blue rose. That's the make of it. I got it on Amazon. And it's like an anxiety, just a tube like a whistle. So you're supposed to breathe in. And then you slowly breathe out. It just calms your breathing down, but it really, really helps. And I think when you've been a smoker as well, it's like you're doing that. Just something to fiddle with, do you know what I mean? So I've been doing all of this type of thing. But, yeah. Because I didn't want to do the vape thing, you know what I mean? So, where do we start? For me personally, I've been a little bit up and down. I go hyper up and then down again. I don't know if that's a normal thing. I don't know if anybody's been through what I've been through. They can comment in the comment section, but it is an emotional journey when you're diagnosed with cancer. It's something that really sort of emotionally in your mind, it's a mind thing. Physically, I feel absolutely great. Never felt better because I've changed my diet. I was speaking about this the other night. I've done a full 380 on my lifestyle. I'm going to start walking. So physically, I feel a lot better, but it's the mind. So I've been following this guy on YouTube. He's a monk. I can't think of his name. And he shows you how to get past the fear and focus on your mind. I've been doing a lot of that type of thing. And I would say that for me my personal journey is, it's been a test. It's been a test of my faith. Does that make sense? What I've been eating is, I don't eat convenience foods anymore. And I try to go organic. Everything's organic. I've done some more organic shopping today, and it is very expensive compared to the normal stuff you buy in the supermarket. So say if I go and buy 4 pints of milk, it'll be organic milk. If I go and buy some eggs, it's organic eggs. I normally get it from the farm. But I had run out to milk today, so I went to get some more milk, organic milk from the supermarket. And it is expensive. It's cheaper when you're buying it from the organic farms. And the meat in the supermarkets, if organic meat, is very expensive. But I do have a local farm where you can get it really cheap, and it's an organic farm. So any cows or anything what's had any antibiotics, they don't put them into the meat trade, that type of thing. I did make some organic beef burgers this morning, which I got from the farm, and with the cheese and everything. I thought I'll make an organic, my own McDonald's. They were fab, and Adam loved them, but I couldn't eat them. And I think the fact now, because I've gone off beef, and that could just be a personal thing for me. So I've had some salmon today, which was lovely, Scottish salmon, and some vegetables, and and I've had an organic egg sandwich. Everything was organic. And then I've had my fruit smoothie this morning, which contained of coconut milk, which I put about that much coconut milk, then a banana, an apricot kernel I put in, a handful of blueberries, all organic, and some organic oats. And then I mix that up, and it's really lovely. I like that for my breakfast. It's really, really nice. I love the apricot kernels. I try to have one of them every day. What else? Then I'll have the alternative day. I may do a vegetable smoothie. I'm still trying to perfect that, but I love celery juice. Michelle's just put in here in Twitch, celery juice is good too. I love celery. I like spinach. I always put a clove of garlic in. Now, normally, if I ate a raw garlic, I would get indigestion. But when you're putting it into a smoothie, you don't get indigestion. I put carrots in. I do different... What else do I do? Is it paprika? I just do all sorts of things. I've got so many different recipes that I do. Kale's another thing that I put in. What else do I do? I sort of alternate, do you know what I mean? And then once a week I'll do a 17-hour fast. For me, what works for me with a fast is that I'll take out of them 17 hours, I'll use that in my sleep period. And I find it really works for us. So I've been doing a lot of fasting. Organic chicken. I eat loads of fish. Just different things like that. There's apples, oranges, kiwi's another one which is very good for breast cancer, and it's also good for taking away inflammation out of your joints. Now, I've also had a trouble with being lupus as well, because I've got lupus. So I get inflammation in the joints and that. And then when I changed my diet in 2009, I didn't have to take the drugs that they were giving us, which was like the steroids and everything, to ease the pain and all the painkillers. By going a clean diet, well, I came off wheat because I'm wheat intolerant, and gluten and all of that, and it helped. But obviously through the years I've sneaked back in, having the odd pizza here and here, there and everywhere. But since I've gone on this diet, all the symptoms of the lupus have gone. So the inflammation's gone out my joints. So I recommend that if you can go and do things like this, it does help your symptoms for arthritis and fibromyalgia, anything like that. It's not just for cancer. I think it's for other things as well. I've also eliminated sugar out my diet, but if I do have, I have a little bit with honey. And obviously it's in fruit. When I first went on this, I completely cut every bit of sugar out. So you're talking, I was a lass who had, I gave up coffee a year ago from palpitations. All right. And I was going to plan on introducing it again, but just like the proper coffee, like 1 a.m. But I was going to try that again. But when I first gave up coffee, obviously sugar was in the coffee. and I was putting the sugar into my decaf coffee. And then when I eliminated all the sugar out, I started to shake and I started to feel really unwell because I was going into keto and I didn't realise I was. My blood sugar was dropping, and but I persevered and I went through it. And then after a few weeks, I started to feel different. Then I tried a cookie from somewhere, I think it was Starbucks, and I felt really sick. I couldn't even chew it. And I think it's once you've cut all the sugar out and you try it again, it's just too sweet. So, yeah, I don't really eat sugar now. I do have a plain rich tea if I need to, like now and then, like plain rich tea or an arrowroot biscuit if I need a dippy biscuit. But I'm not somebody who eats loads of chocolate now or loads of sugar. So I think that played a big part as well in the inflammation in my body. And but it's something I wanted to do. You know, I think that if you really want to do it, you'll do it. And like, so I've tried to take it again and I've realised I don't like it. Everybody's different, but that's just the way I've done it. Do you know what I mean? I do organic honey. I'm on royal jelly. I don't know if anybody knows about royal jelly. So it's what the queen bee has off the little bees. And I get mine from a honeybee farm down in, where is it? I think it's in Suffolk and down south past London. And a lovely lady called Ali. I'll put the link in the description of our site. You can go on our site. And if you ring her up, she lives at somewhere called Pear Tree Cottage. It sounds so lovely. Down south in the UK, in England. And she specifically puts the honey together for you or whatever you need for your situation. And so the royal jelly is what the little bees give the queen bee, and that's how she's the biggest and the strongest, and it's got every nutrient in. Literal every nutrient is in this spoonful of honey. So I'll have that every day as well, and it's made us really strong. Yeah, I do like maple syrup. I've run out of that. So I try to go as natural as possible. Do you know what I mean? What else? Even down to the potatoes. I mean, I didn't realise you're buying potatoes from the supermarket and you just don't know what they're sprayed with. Somebody had said, one of my good friends, I believe it was Jackie, that you can soak or you can scrub your vegetables if you can't afford organic. Scrub them with baking soda and it gets off any of the sprays, what's on the vegetables or the fruit. Baking soda. So I would say that is something. And you can also take a teaspoon of that. That's what I've also been doing. I've tried numerous different things, which I can't really see on here. You know what I'm on about. Like wormers and stuff like that. But they have said that it's reducing. But obviously the remains of it, I want it cut out. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I do feel a lot better. And I'll never change my diet now. I would say one thing I can thank this gremlin for being diagnosed with, that it's frightened us and catapulted us in to dramatically change my lifestyle. And I don't know if there's anybody in the audience agrees, but that's what it's personally done for me. It's a case of, it's like you then have to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? Sugar is a very hard thing to give up. But I mean, I was a massive, and people who know us on Twitch, I was always eating my biscuits and my chocolate. I still like dark chocolate and I'll have it as a treat. But, you know, the higher the cocoa content, you know, like the Swiss chocolate and that, it's very good for you. It's full of intoxicants. So now and then I'll have a bit of that. But I can't go any higher than 70% because I think it's too bitter after that. But yeah, I used to be a lass who used to eat through loads of candy bars and God knows what, you know. I didn't even realise, you know, sugar was in crisps, you know, like you call them chips over there in the States. Sugar's in everything. Apple cider vinegar, yes. Coconut water, yes. But I'm now more aware, and I'm definitely eating more vegetables, and I feel better for it. I'm sleeping better. I don't get flatulence. I don't know everybody gets that. But I don't get extreme flatulence. And I feel a lot fitter for it. So I would definitely recommend a clean organic or a raw food diet. It does really help for this bumblebee was put here farting. Yeah, I was trying to be good because I'm on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? But you know what I mean. So I do feel that you look at everything differently. I also have a water filter. I've been doing that for a while now, because of the nasties what's in the water, like, you know, from chlorine to, I didn't realise that there's hormones even in the water that can't be removed. Cocaine can't be removed out the water. Hormones, different drugs can't be removed out the tap water. So that's when I went and invested in a water filter. But like I say, not everybody can afford that. And I just think it's mindset as well. And I've always been a great believer when you're cooking your stuff, try to think positive, because you're putting the frequency onto when you're chopping your vegetables and stuff like that. So I am very careful, as Karen here has put in YouTube, be careful you don't have too much sugar with the fruits. So I'm very, very careful. So I normally alternate. I'll have a vegetable, a fruit. I do it that way, like per day. But I love kiwis. I didn't realise that the like little nuggets, kiwis, that apparently breast cancer, all cancers don't like kiwi. So I recommend that if you can get your kiwis into you, they really are good. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, but it's been more a mental thing. And I would say that mornings are good. It's when it hits late at night, when everybody's gone to bed, and you start to dwell, and then you've got that dreaded Google, and then you start Googling about things, and then your mind starts going, ooh, well, mine does. I love pears. Absolutely adore pears. But I just think that it's trying to keep positive and being around what's most important. When you're diagnosed with something as well, it's finding your tribe family. You know, like the people, and I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed with people that I have following us on here. But I'm talking about your tribe family, who just love your warts and all. And when you're having that meltdown at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, it's like, that's been an eye-opener to me. Kiwi fruit, I've always liked kiwi fruit, but I didn't realise the miracles with kiwi fruit. I'm also on something, and it's a berry from Australia. I take a tincture, and it's been proven to shrink tumours within 48 hours. But the FDA is trying to block it. They are doing stuff in labs over in Australia with this. So I got the tincture. I had to go directly to the Australian site to get it, like, because it was getting blocked everywhere else. I can't think of the name of the fruit. Again, I'll put the link in the description. I love honey. I've always loved honey. I'm on high doses, and I'm talking about not just the vitamins that you take you buy off the shop counter. I'm talking like vitamin D3, high doses of vitamin C. There's a lady that I follow who is an Australian lady, I believe, who was banned with a book. Can't think what she's called, Barbara somebody. I Celtic salt, all of that type of thing. I take sour sop. Yes. But I think it's not putting, I think the massive game changer with me, the massive change, is being cutting out the dairy in the meats which had the hormones stuck in it. Barbara O'Neill, yes. That's when I stopped doing all of that. That's when I noticed it started to shrink a bit. And then, but it could all just be, I don't know if it's a combination of what I've been taking or it's one in particular thing, but I'm just keep doing it. So it's something that I probably always will do. And when I look back, which I thought I was being healthy, I actually wasn't being healthy. Do you know what I mean? So now I just think that I'm just going with what I'm doing. So I do think that everything that I'm having now is organic when it comes to dairy and animal produce, the little bit that I do have. I'm massively into fish and I love it. It makes us feel really well, and I do eat a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. But I just think that B12 as well. B12 is something else that I take. But the high doses of vitamin C, which Barbara O'Neill does talk about, does really work in the kernels, yeah. I'm just reading some of your things, yeah. But a lot of these things you can take with, this is alternative stuff, but I'm using this as my diet and I'm always will do now. But you can take, alternative with the normal stuff what the doctors do as well. I don't know if it's called Asia berry. I think it's not called that. It's called something else. I'll find the link and I'll put it in the link afterwards. Cabbage, yes. Broccoli, turmeric, ginger, but I get all the organic stuff. Yeah, it's been a game changer, hasn't it? Yes. Somebody here on YouTube's put D3 and C every day. That's what I take. I don't think it's called Asia berry. Give us 2 minutes and I'll tell you. What's it called? But I think that when you start doing you're changing your larder over, your cupboard over, it is expensive to start with, but then once you've got your organic stuff in, you realise how much money that you are wasting with the other type of foods. I mean, I could go along to the supermarket and spend £100, £200 on a load of crap, and you couldn't make a proper meal with it. And my excuse was that my lifestyle was too busy, so it was easier just to throw some pizzas in the oven or God knows what. Do you know what I mean? But once you're buying in the fruit and veg and you've got a plan in order, it does actually work out cheaper because you're not wasting money on takeaways and stuff like that. If you give us 2 minutes, I'll go back through the thing of the berries. Sorry about this, guys. There's something online called Ocado as well. I don't know if anybody's heard about it. A lot of the YouTubers use it. Ocado. And everything is organic. So you can basically put everything in your larder, and to set your larder up, it might cost about £200, but then you can get going from there, and then just you've got all your ingredients in, and then from there you can just get your fruit and vegetables wherever, and it does work out cheaper. What's it called? Berries. I can't find it. It's somewhere in the Australian bush, these berries what grow. I can't think what it's called. Must have to send it to me mother. So things like that keep you busy. Do you know what I mean? So then you've got more time to plan and cook. And it's a bit of a life change. Do you know what I mean? I've just bought some blueberries and raspberries today, but it wasn't that. I will find the link and I'll put it in for you. I thought it was in here. I send that many things to my mother. Just says it's on its way, but it doesn't say what it is. Shit. Sorry. It's Blushwood. Thank you, Amy. So Amy Higgins in Twitch has put here. So it's Blushwood berries. So I've got the tincture. So I don't know if it's a combination of things or it's cutting the hormonal stuff what's put in the foods from the supermarkets. I don't know if it's a combination or what, but it has helped us. Even if you take the cancer out of it, it's helped the pains in my joints. So all in all, I do feel more cleansed being on this diet. I didn't realise as well that when you're cooking with olive oil, and I've done this for a lot of years, that when you heat it up, it can become toxic. So avocado oil is something else that I would recommend if you're going to be cooking in the kitchen. Avocado oil. You can heat your olive oil, but when it goes to a certain temperature, then it becomes toxic. So I've done a lot of research on that as well. But some people can completely cut dairy out or meat out, and that's fine. But I like fish. What they're called when you like fish and just fruit and vegetables? It's not a vegetarian. What's it called? A pescatarian or something? I really don't know. So maybe I'm going to end up possibly being that in the end. But the thing is, if I went to a lovely posh restaurant, like I like Italian food, a pescatarian, yeah. I always like a nice piece of steak. I always have done. But it's finding organic restaurants around here as well. That's the thing. And I was talking to a friend in the States, and he was saying that in New York they have a lot of certain places around the world, but New York, they're massively into all of this, and I didn't realise. Does anybody else know that? That they're all into all that organic stuff. And they are in London, apparently, but there's not much up here in Newcastle, unless you go into the farms and that. So maybe this is a shout out that we need to start growing our own organic stuff. So everybody's different, and I've talked about this before, because I believe that we are the hybrids. I'm not saying where your granny or your granddad's been an alien. I'm talking about, I don't believe that we've all come from monkeys. And I've talked about this before, how we've found man, and he's been all stooped up like ancient man. And he's got like the big brow, like back in prehistoric times. And then Neanderthal man, and then all of a sudden we're upright and we've got a different shaped skull. So where's been the skeletons over the years hidden? Where's that bit been? Because I do believe we were brought here. So I do believe that not all of us are vegetarian. I do believe some of us are meat eaters. So I just think it's a case of trial and error, and it's, you know, your body. Everybody's different. Mediterranean food's supposed to be very good for you. Yes. Very healthy. But everybody's different, and I think there's no point me saying to you, oh, you've got to eat this and you've got to eat that, because you might not like that. You know, I think that I've always liked vegetables and I've always liked healthy stuff anyway. So it's been quite easy for me to do, you know, but some people can't do it, or some people don't like doing it. There could be many different reasons. I like, for example, my dad, he's got hardly any teeth. So he couldn't go gnawing through a load of celery and carrots, bless him. But that's where the smoothies come in. So if you've got the smoothie machines, you know, it's a game changer. I think I love the smoothie machines, you know. So you could give that to an old person and they can just knock it back. Do you know what I mean? Or a little one. It's good for your kids as well. I know, I can't seem to figure out if I like black olives or not. They're the ones you get on the pizzas and that. I don't know if I like olives. They're very bitter. I also drink a lot of Chinese tea, and I like me dandelion tea. Lemons is one of my cravings that I've had through this cancer, what I've been diagnosed with. And I've craved lemons all the way through. It's not because I'm pregnant. It's like I with a bloody gremlin. But I can't get enough lemons. So I'm putting lemons in my water, which is good. Lemon and lime. But swear to God, I'm just craving lemons all the time. I love lemons. And you get the lovely big Sicilian lemons, they're gorgeous with the leaves on. You know what I mean? But I didn't realise when you get a lemon and you're going to put it in your water, like your filtered water, and put it in the fridge. Make sure you wash the lemons, because the germs of E. coli, I didn't know this, and listeria, can lie in the lemon skin. Again, I've done so much research. Yeah, and cucumbers is another good thing as well. I love cucumbers. So make sure you wash them, baking soda, or give them a good wash before you slice them and put them in your drinks. Otherwise, you could end up with a poorly tummy. Do you know what I mean? And it's so much nicer. I got myself a lovely jug. I did have this gorgeous jug, because as you know, I've got two cats, and one of them, she's a little tinker, Nala, the Bengal one. So she's broken a lot of ornaments. She just goes along and swipes them with her paw. She just doesn't like ornaments, expensive ornaments she's broken in this house. And I had this beautiful jug, what my Auntie Joan, God rest her soul. It was like a lovely Italian, gorgeous glass jug. It had like lovely patterns on, old fashioned. It looked like something from the 1920s. And I always used to do like fruit punches in them and put it in the fridge. And she broke it. So I found a one on Amazon, which was very similar, and it had like the top on, and it was the one where you could put hot tea in it or cold drinks. So I've got this lovely jug, and I've been doing my drinks and putting it in the fridge, and it's really lovely. Green smoothies as well, yeah. She gets bored very easy. I mean, I play with her all the time, but she's just a funny one. Do you know what I mean? Cats do like to knock things over, yeah. Yeah, you've got to always like keep brushing your teeth, because the lemons and the acid from the oranges and the lemons and the limes can like affect your enamel on your teeth. So you've got to be careful. Turmeric is something that I do put raw. The turmeric, I can get organic turmeric, and you can chop that up raw, or you can get the organic powder, you know, but if you can get it fresh, it's even better. And you can peel that and chop that and put that in your smoothies, and it's very good for you. But Celtic sea salt is something that Barbara O'Neill got us into, but I didn't realise my daughter-in-law and her mother were doing it anyway, because they're originally from Australia. So apparently a lot of the Australians are into all of that, where they just put a pinch of it on their tongue in the morning, and apparently it cleanses you. That's what Barbara O'Neill was telling you to do. And I was doing that, but I sometimes forget. I'll be honest with you, I sometimes forget to do that, so I'll just hide in my smoothie. But all the salt that I was originally using, I just threw out. I didn't realise it wasn't pure salt. It had loads of nasties in it. It had bleaching agents in it, which, you know, you wouldn't normally want to put in your body. So people thinking like the normal cheap salt that you're buying from the supermarket, it's not salt. It's actually not salt. And it's quite bad for the body. I was quite shocked when I realised what was in the normal cheap salt that you buy from the supermarkets. Really, really shocked. So, yeah, you can get different types of salts, but I like the Celtic salt. Organic pink salt, that's another one, yeah. So, yeah, it's just one of them things, and I think that it's going to be a day-by-day thing with me. I really do think it is. I'm just aiming at getting past the operation and taking it from there. And, you know, I think if I look at the whole big picture, it just freaks us out. And I don't want to be vulnerable. I've never been a vulnerable, weak type of person. So the way I'm getting, I do have meltdowns, normally with my mum or my daughter-in-law or Debbie or Jackie, you know, but I try not to be like that in front of the lads because I don't want to upset my boys. And then I find what's been getting us through it is humouring a lot, laughing a lot. I've never laughed so much. I would say that my whole mindset is changing on everything. What used to upset us doesn't upset us now. And I try not to dwell on things. I've tried to... The biggest thing what's been for me is to let things go. And I don't know if that's just part of my personality being a Scorpio, because I'm a bit like a snappy Jack Russell. I've always got to have the last snap. And now I just let it go. Do you know what I mean? And I love laughing. I think that laughing is good. Crying also as well, because I think it's been a cleansing thing for me, because since I've changed the diet, I do think it's helped with my pineal gland. Like, I feel like everything's more clearer. I'm seeing different realms differently. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm going to try and see if I can take you back in there where I've been. And I'm looking at the state of affairs on Earth differently. I was like, I've been lifted up and I'm looking down on Earth in a mess, but I'm seeing a bigger picture. I'm not seeing it, not that I've ever have tried to look at it from one side or another. I know I've been accused of that over the years. You know, just because you predict something, it doesn't mean you support it. But I look at it completely different. I look at politics differently. I can see the corruption more. But I also see that there's not just stuff going on here, which I knew about. I'm seeing it more clearer, what's going on out of this physical reality. And I sort of know who's telling the truth more and who's not. And I can honestly say what David Wilcock is saying, I would say 99% that he is telling the truth. So I do believe that there is something bigger going on than we know. And I believe that we're in massive changes on this planet, which is going to it's going to go down in history. It's huge what's happening at the minute, and I do believe that we just need to hold the line. And I would recommend, by working at you, it's sort of, you start to see things differently. And we are a lot more stronger than we know, yes. Oh yeah, the medical medium, yeah. So I would say that a lot of this movie, what's taking place on this planet at the minute, is that there's a big cleanup happening, and there's a battle going on behind the scenes. And the cleanup is all the corruption, which has been going on for far too long. And I would say that we play a part by, the more we work it out in ourselves, I feel that it helps the light. And I know it's so easy for me to sit here and say that, because it's not easy. Because when we're getting angry and triggered, when all these horrible things are happening, and where's the justice? But sometimes when you let it go and you do your inner work, that's when God steps in. That's when the light overwins the darkness. Excuse me. That's when God wins. And that's what's going to happen. So I've got my crystal ball. I'm going to pull some cards out. And when I'm going to pull some cards out is, like I say, I haven't had time to watch David Wilcock's live stream. But I'm going to pull some cards out to see if there's some truth in this. Oh yeah, that was another thing I wanted to say as well. Deodorant, guys. Within the deodorants, there's parabens. I get an organic one now from the Body Shop. What doesn't have the parabens in. But parabens, which should be banned, which is in a lot of creams, bath products, but also in deodorant, which can cause these things as well. So be careful what you're putting on your underarm. And if you think about it, like, things like this are on the rise. If you go back to when my grannies were young, this wasn't about, because there wasn't possibly the deodorants out there and the stuff they were putting in the food. So try to look for toxin-free skincare products. I use a deodorant rock. I've heard of that. Are you alright? I hope that's not one of them funny cigarettes you've got in your hand. No. Good, good. Right. Give us a true answer. Is there some truth with what David Wilcock's been saying in his live stream? Tinkerbell has just put in here on Twitch that parabens are not allowed in Switzerland. That's amazing. Does anybody know how to make your own deodorant? Arrowroot powder. Wow. I've just been working with arrowroot again. Interesting. Okay, and of course the biggest thing is stress, and what have we been going through over the last couple of years is stress. So if you're getting all wound up over politics and world events, and it can sort of not help the situation. So I always believe that charity begins at home. I've been saying this for the last couple of years now. Just make sure that your own home is in order. Concentrate on your own life. And then I feel that the stronger you are, then you can help the community, or you can help your friends and family more. Does that make sense? Because being fit is also a big part of survival. Because we need this meat suit to operate on this planet. But also, if anything kicks off, and I'm not saying there's going to be like an Armageddon or a bloody Mars attack, but we need to be fit. We need to be fit. It's about protecting my family, protecting my lands. Right, let's see. Right, so that's David Wilcock. And I've got the world next to him, so I believe that. I've also got the Queen of Cups, so it's balanced information. You know how sometimes channelers can come out with, they may believe that they're channeling something. What is that she's eating? Zizi. 2 minutes. What's it eating? Let me see. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. What she's done is she's given her a little bit of salmon, the Scottish salmon left over from my meal, and I put it on a plate on the floor. But Adam had also had something else, and I'm not sure if she had that, and it was just the salmon. She's picked it up off the plate and she's put it on the mat and started eating it there. You just got to watch them. Yeah, so some channelers can become, you get Trojan horses coming in, where they can get misinformation given if they've got holes in their aura, or they're not right, or they're being manipulated, so they could be given off wrong information. So yeah, you've got to be very careful what you're listening to, or always if it feels good here. That's why there's some crazy intel out there, and we are all here to play our part, and it's a free will world. But what I'm getting with David Wilcock is he is very balanced. He's very in touch. I don't mean this in a... He's in touch with his feminine side. He's masculine. But he's got his yin and his yang balance there. And he is giving off sacred information what he can. I believe he holds back. And I don't know if that's because he's scared, or because he wants to say more, because he's got to protect his own life or his surroundings. But I do believe that is true what he's saying. And I know he went through a little bit of upset. Was it a little while ago? Was it a few years back? Where he had split from his wife, so he had to do his own stuff. Like everybody when they're living on Earth, we've got to deal with our own stuff, even YouTubers. Okay, so he has been through a lot. So he went, I think sometimes when he went off and went into hiding, it was also to heal his own wounds, sort his own life out. I believe that he's took on an enormous task to be that Earth interpreter. I feel he's here to be the messenger. But I believe that there's more to David than meets the eye. I've never listened properly. I have shared it with a few friends. I was going to watch it later. But I did see a few bits that he was saying, and it was all about, it's all going to go down, apparently. It's all going to happen. I feel that there's a military connection with David as well, and I don't know if that's physically that he's getting this information from secret white hat source, or he's actually, like I do, like the channeling, because there's more than this physical world. I know it can never be proven, you know, but I do believe that he could be like a contactee as well, where he's getting that information. But I also feel that he worries sometimes for his safety, or he has in the past. I believe that his pocket has been very affected, you know, if he's been offline and not making the money that he was, because he used to do a lot of shows with his wife and stuff like that. And I know he does books and stuff like that. So I think he was affected for a while with his monetary situation, but he's doing okay. He's been juggling his money, and when he's been in the woods or wherever he's been living, he's been channeling a lot and meditating a lot and getting more information. But I do see other legs as I'm looking, and I feel that he's been meeting up with other intel people. So I believe that this man is possibly telling the truth. Just double check. All exciting stuff. So, yeah, I think that the cleanup is bigger than we think. Let's see. I think there's another man to come into play here. I know there was that Corey person, wasn't there? There's more intel people to come out again. I think 2024 is going to be an explosive year for a lot of stuff to come out. But be aware of the false prophets. Be aware of the false intel. You ever heard him laughing? If the false information, I think we just got to use our heart, and you know if it's right or not. You'll know if it's right. But I think there's more spacey type of people coming out talking about all of this type of thing. I do believe so, Steve the Ghost Hunter. Is that you, Steve? Is that you? Are you on? He's funny. Are you on Twitch at the same time as you're on YouTube? Okay. Yeah, for the moment I met David, I mean, there's been a lot of controversial stuff about him, but I've always felt that he's true with what he's saying. I don't see why not. You can't. Yeah, of course you can, Janie, if you want to do that. So we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Right. Which is, there's something going on to do with the banking system. There's something going on behind the scenes. And there's something definitely massively going on with military. It's coming out really strong. And I said this a little while ago. Can you remember? I think it was on one of my old shows when might have been on one of my old live streams, where it might have been on Twitch, I don't know if it was on YouTube, where I had gone into Cheyenne Mountain or somewhere, like a secret military place, and I was looking, and it was when Trump was in office, and then I seen this Trump shaking hands with this, looked like a really nice old gentleman, like somebody high up in military. He had all these medals and that. And then they went home, and that guy went home, Trump went away. And then this second lot of people came in, and they looked like super soldiers, but they didn't seem like they were human, was the word. And I floated up to one of them, and then I realised it was like a super soldier, and he realised that I was psychically looking at him, and I got quite a shock actually. But then I realised he was human. He'd just been, what's the word? Is it fiddled with genetically? Like a super soldier who had been made to be more superhuman, if that was possible. Genetically changed was what I was getting. He wasn't a clone, this soldier. He was just like a pure super soldier who was very psychic and knew that I was tuning in with him. Enhanced, altered, yes. And they were sending them off into tunnels. to do something to do with a clear up. And then I seen in this vision, in this remote viewing, that it was like a highly tech space force. Looked like UFOs were coming in and out, and it was like Galactic Federation type of energy, and they were working with military. But I got the vibe that some were good and some weren't good. So some were working with the DS and some weren't. And I assume this is what David's going on about tonight. Maybe it's the next level of intel. You'll have to check it out after my show, of course. Hiya, Lance. So this is really, really interesting, because I would say that there is 3 big major events to take place before the next US election. 2 minutes. 3 big major events to take place before the next US election. When the lovers cards come out, it normally means that there's big news to come out. Doesn't always mean lovers. We've got huge information to come out. That could be to do with banking systems, that type of thing. I always get a happy feeling when I look at the Ten of Pentacles. So it's nothing too bad. It could also be big corporations being exposed for negative situations. And the Star card is one of the best cards in the pack. Okay. Let's see what these 3 major events could be. Magician. Trickery is upon us. It will be happening, but it will be distractions. And I've said this before. It's like when it all comes down, it's like, don't look over there, look over there. It's going to be boom, boom, boom. It's going to be like huge, like massive events to take place. But I want you to remember when all this happens, it has a vibe of the 9/11 situation, but it's like major events going off. It's all over news. But when this takes place, I want you to remember that it's all going down behind the scenes. That's when it's all happening. It's all going down behind the scenes. I get tonight, Julian Assange. And I was a little concerned of him because I got, I'm sure I said that he would walk free, but he's very unwell. But tonight I'm getting a worrying, there's something not quite right there. There's different timelines, of course, but I'm concerned about his health tonight. I'm getting a worry. So I just want to send prayers out to Julian Assange. Maybe there's some big news coming out with him soon. Maybe there's some big news coming out with him soon. I'm quite enjoying doing this, because it's like taking my mind off my situation. Because it's around about this time of night I start to flip out. This is the time when my mind starts to go, ooh. So me talking about this, which is all exciting, is taking my mind off my situation. Just thought I would tell you that. Got the Magician card. That's like, I know it's the High Priestess, but that could be anything to do with law courts, public hearings, public law courts, shocks to come. But I'm also getting the Vatican when I look at that. Excuse me. I'm getting the Vatican. I don't know why my guides are saying the ghost of the Vatican. I don't know what that means. The ghost of the Vatican will return. It's unusual. Sometimes Spirit talks in riddles. It won't let you share it, will it not, Janie? Is that on Twitch or YouTube? That's strange. Hiya, Thelma. I just want to ask, could Trump be part of one of these distractions? Yes. Oh my lordy. Yes. Normally the devil means yes if you're asking it something, but it's the right way up. Like if you're asking it something like the major arcana or the aces, is normally a yes if it's the right way up. I get like a very actually that is the Emperor card, but I sort of see Trump standing there. Look what he's got in his hand. Is that an ankh? It's the red, so it's definitely him. But I don't know, I just get this feeling it's like he wants to come back to claim it back. To claim it back. But what come out in the middle of it was that. And it came out upside down as well. Zizi's just gone off somewhere. I don't know where she's gone. Zizi. So I would say there's trouble brewing there around Trump. Let's see what it could be. Oh, thank you, Johnny. You might not have said that this morning, Johnny, you know. You'd seen his first thing this morning. Justice. Nora bloody Batty. Who remembers that? Nora Batty? Is that Last the Summer Wine? It was a British sitcom. An old Nora Batty with her baggy stockings. Just something I see instead of swearing. I've got the Justice card. So there's big things coming out to do with law courts there. Right? So there's something huge coming out around Trump. Now we've got the two of wands come out after that. So we've got the 9 of Pentacles, like claiming something back, or there's something coming to a peak. So then you take the 2 of Wands, which is weeks. Take the 2 away from the 9 is 7 weeks from now. Work that out. 7 weeks from now. You'll have to mark that in your diary. Something huge is coming out with Trump. What could be the third event? Are you all right? Don't play that music upstairs. All right, son, because I'll get done for copyright. Oh, charming. I'm live, you know, on YouTube and you're burping like that. It's terrible. Right. Dear me. What could the other... Lance is saying hi. Say hi, Uncle Lance. Night night, Uncle Lance. What the other situation could be? You didn't hear it. Oh, it was so loud. It's something in the air. It reminds us of that song, Phil Collins. Do-do-do-do, something in the air tonight, oh Lord. I was watching spooky videos last night on YouTube, and it was strange trumpet noises. There's loads of them being heard around the world just recently. And that's like humanity, like gathering in things. That could be protection, could be fuel, gathering in harvest, prepping. We've got the Ace of Swords and we've got the Ace of Wands. It's something, there's something connected with this. I'm not saying we're going to have an alien sort of appearance, but it's something they're planning. Where there'll be darkness, listen to this, there'll be light. Where there'll be darkness, there'll be light. But that's the crown of earth. I'm getting a very Jesus of Nazareth energy there. I also get like a King Arthur. It's like claiming everything back. Let's see if it's a rapture type of energy. But has anybody seen these videos? I mean, they're all over the world, where people from Texas to blinking Singapore, all over. There was one of them was really spooky, and it was a guy with his little girl. It looked like somewhere in Asia, and he was in an apartment. He had like a balcony, and then there was a storm, and he filmed it. He put it out on TikTok or something, and this video had gone onto YouTube, right? And it was this awful droning noise, and it was like a trumpet noise. And then when you slow the camera down, right, this black UFO is spinning, whizzing past his window. So he goes back in and he goes to his daughter, "It's okay, baby." And then he played it back and then realised it. And then he locked the doors and that, gets into his apartment, shuts the curtains and the blinds, and then the droning starts again. It's like trumpets and it's really creepy. Have you seen them? So something's happening. Let's see what it could be. Is it natural or is it being forced? It's a forced energy, but there's also natural phenomena will come in on it as well. Now that is interesting. So that reminds me that is there an event to take place which could be forced? It's the sort of feeling I'm getting. But also good intercept will intercept. Let's see what what it could be. Hello, baby. Where's your sister? Beautiful girl. We've got Nala here. What's your naughty brother doing upstairs? They're getting really big, the cats, you know. Now, if you're going to come up, don't click Mummy's tights now. Don't click Mummy's tights. There's a good girl. Let's see what it could be. It's a weather situation. So, and it's been manipulated. So it could be like a crazy storm or a situation, something in the sky. What could the interception be? It's godly. It's a godly interception. Yes, Michelle. There's something to come. Now, don't knock the stream off, baby. Please, please, come to Mama. Oh. There's a mommy's girl. Say hi. This is Nala. Say hi. There's a good girl. Say hello to the ladies and gentlemen. I know. Are you being a good girl? So I don't know if it's going to knock power grids down, that type of thing. It could knock like power grids down. Because I'm seeing, you know, like the electricity poles, that type of thing. There could be a problem with, I'm not saying it's on a global, but it could be a big area. A big massive area. Because I'm being shown the lanterns. There's the hermit, but it's like lanterns. And then there's a revelation. So I'm not saying we're going to have like aliens coming through the sky or Jesus return. You never know, do you? But I want to say it's more subtle than that. I want to say it's a situation, whatever's happening, whatever they try to do, a restriction is what I'm being given. A restriction. Maybe they'll say something like go inside. Don't leave your home. It will be an FF situation, but it will be a dangerous situation. Does that make sense? And what I've always said is when anything kicks off, just go inside and shut the door. And I'm not saying this to frighten or freak anybody. I don't mean that. Because I feel the outcome is good. Because I feel everything's going down behind the scenes. And it's got a lot to do with a shift. It'll be spiritual as well as physical. So I would say that we're definitely in some sort of WAR situation here. Oh, definitely, Lance. Definitely. The cats are really, really good. They're definitely like my little daughters. I feel like I've given birth to them. They're just absolutely adorable. But I always get a happiness when I look at the Ten of Cups. Happy children, happy family. Looking at the sky. It's all very happy, happy. So that's interesting. I'm going to ask one more question on this. So, again, I haven't seen his podcast, but whatever he's talking about with dates or timings with a scheduled situation, could there be some truth in it? Is he close with this actual timing of these events? I want to say yes and no. Because I don't believe anybody, not even any fantastic psychic, could actually pick up the actual timing. But I believe he's close. I believe that I want to say yes and no. Sometimes information can come through back to front as well. But I would say as close as, yes. So that's pretty exciting, isn't it? Is anybody in the audience seen his podcast? Has anybody seen it? I haven't either. Yeah, I would just leave it, Janie. That's fine. I'll be able to sort it out later. So the podcast is, if you give us 2 minutes, it's called David Wilcock Live, A positive change is coming soon. All right? You can maybe just watch that after this. Don't leave us yet. So I'm gonna be watching that after this. Oh my goodness. It's a 3-hour thing. Wow. David Wilcock can talk a lot. He's a bit like me, you know, we'll go off on a tangent. He drops off a lot, doesn't he? But it might be worth watching to see what he comes up with. Right. Yeah, because he hasn't been on for ages, has he? Right. I'm going to pull 7 cards out for the week ahead. And I'll just do a little bit of scrying. Anything for the collective? It's going to be quite a juicy week, guys. I just hope and I pray, and I'm not trying to sound selfish here, that I hope the grid doesn't go down when I'm getting my operation, because I need the electricity on then. Do you know what I mean? You watch, something big will kick off when I'm in the hospital. Mark my words. Okay, these are interesting. The interesting thing is, I think it's the build up. Oh, they have a backup generator in the hospitals, don't they? There's a build up of energy. I think it's going to really. I'm getting the UK and I'm getting Parliament, and I don't know why. I think there's more big stuff to come out there. There's watch for juicy information. Juicy information. But I also feel that there's going to be some big news. I am seeing Biden's face, and I don't know why. And I'm also getting Trump as well. Now you there. There's somebody else. What's going to be across world news? I don't know if it's this week coming in or next week. I'm not sure if it's somebody connected with politics. It could be a Democrat, I'm not sure. But there's going to be some juicy information coming out with somebody. Also, there's big news coming out to do with around Putin. Again, I'm looking on here within the next week or so. Okay? Temperance. What is it with animals? Does anybody else have this? I've got tights on tonight and I don't normally wear tights, you know, like stockings. Little dogs or cats, they'll go and click them, you know, with their nails. Temperance. I feel like I want to put protection, and I'm not sure if it's somewhere. I'm getting an Eastern feeling to do with it. I'm seeing rubble and smoke. I hope I'm not picking up on some sort of earthquake situation here or something. But I feel like I need to. I'm getting a very. You remember what all them things what were happening in Turkey? I'm seeing a situation like that again somewhere. Don't knock the stream off, baby. Be a good girl. Ace of Wands. Somebody as well on the news, there's going to be some shocks, and it's to do with a politician or somebody in politics in the US. Shocks to come out. And this sounds really awful, but I want to say like a sudden exit from somebody. Like, you know, like a death. Like there's some shock to come. But you know, people, you know, older people don't always live forever. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to say what name it is, but there's something big coming out there as well. So possibly watch for that. What's the timing on that? No, I'm not doing personal tonight, Johnny. What did you want to know, like? Don't do that, baby. There is a huge spin and a twist to come within American politics. Huge. And history will repeat itself. Listen again. There's a huge spin to come within American politics, and history will repeat itself. Really good cards, these. I mean, we've got a storm brewing. But it's like that's coming after. It's ticking along, and then it'll be proven that history is going to repeat itself. Then all of a sudden, boom. Boom, something happens. Something happens to change everything. It's ticking along, and it will be proven and shown that history is repeating itself. Then all of a sudden, boom, something changes. But it will be only temporary. Some people will not see it temporary. Some people will be very upset about this. I know this might sound very cryptic, but it's the only way I can sort of do it and put it out there. It's definitely got something to do with around Trump, definitely, or Biden. So is it possible? It's a very possible yes, that they'll be both running again. That's history repeating itself. History is repeating itself. It'll all swiftly happen. But someone's going to drop out or something's going to happen. Somebody's going to drop out or something is going to happen to one of them. Something, boom, quickly, swiftly. Who they're being replaced by. What are you doing? Now don't chew me pen. There's a good girl. The star card's good. And the world card's good. Who's it good for, but? The lovers is good. Which, it's huge news what will come out. Don't knock that off now. It's a woman. I've got the King of Wands as well. Oh, it's a woman. So it's a younger man. I think this has got something to do with the Democrats. And a woman coming into play. Do. Blue Democrats. Big announcements. There's a man. I don't know who that is. Could it be Newsom? I really don't know. And there's a woman. Now, normally, I get a dark woman. But the cards, I always go on my instincts as well. But the Queen of Cups can also be somebody who is liked by the people. Or she could be that she's fair to the hair. But I'm going to go this time with liked by the people. Obviously, I'm talking about the Democrats liking her. What you doing? Are you being a pretty girl? Do you like this? Where's Zizi? I can't believe Zizi hasn't come running in. It's somebody that the Republicans will not be keen on. Remember, it's all a movie anyway. Do you know what I mean? Same penny, two different sides. But some of you in the audience might not say it that way, but it's going to be such a close one. But I just think there's going to be a twist within this next election. It's It's not saying who it is, like. But she's got an Empress energy. She's got an Empress energy, and she's somebody who will take on the Democratic Party. Do you know what I mean? Will the border situation in the US get any better? Will it be corrected? I want to see whoever gets into power in the next US election. I'm just asking the cards here. Will the border problem be corrected or stay the same or get worse? I jumped out. The devil. Stay the same, stay the same, stay the same. Did you hear what I said? This is not me, this is spirit. That I'm sure it's like a song. Oh, that's Say My Name, isn't it? Say my name, say my name. Right, I'm getting stay the same, stay the same. It's not good, this. It's going to take time. It's going to take time to sort out. I see a woman on news, and she's making an announcement that, oh God, this is going to fall out. Sorry guys, my thing's falling out. She's making an announcement. I'm not picking my nose, by the way, it's just this is falling out. That it's Trump's fault. She's blaming Trump for the mess at the border. Now, you can take this two ways. Does that mean Trump's getting back in? It's something, but that could be that it's got out of hand. It could be that it's got out of hand by then. And if Trump's back in, it could be somebody on the news just blaming Trump because that's what they do. It could be that. Or it could be a situation that it's a woman who's making an announcement blaming Trump from the past. You know what I mean? Let's have a look. It's a no-win situation, but I am telling you now, right? There's another jumper. They're going to blame him on the economy as well. The economy crashing. The economy is going to crash, by the way. Yeah, I'm sorry to sound a doom and a gloom. That's just what I'm saying. It's always Trump's fault, isn't it? But there's another jumper. There's two jumpers. Right, okay. Right. You know how this changes all the time? It changes all the time, all right? But tonight I'm getting that's the Democrats clinking glasses, celebrating. Do I have a sense of when the economy might crash? It's when these events take off. When these events take off, it's all going to come out. That's inevitable. That's going to happen. They're going to blame it on Trump. Is it going to be a close one again? Right, I've got that extraterrestrial being coming in again. He's got like a long neck. He's coming in and he's saying nothing's set in stone. We just need to hang fire. The crash is definitely going to happen before the election or round about that time. He's doing that. He's going like that. This extraterrestrial being is saying that It's leave alone, just wait. Because judgment is about to take place on earth. There's the trumpet there again coming out the sky. There's a death of the economy. There's something big about to happen. Trump is playing his part. It doesn't mean that he's going to be the one who's going to clean the mess up. So if he gets back in, he won't be in long. But he's playing a part of something. Does that make sense? But where there'll be a crash, it has to happen to change everything, because at that point, something good's going to come in, it's going to roll in. But judgment's about to take place. That's like Judgment Day. We've got the death. We've got the death of everything. It's quite big, Liz. But tonight it's shown as a celebration. A celebration of the blue clinking glasses. That's what it's shown as tonight. He's coming up again, mind, the King of Cups. It's between a man and a woman. I keep getting it's between a man and a woman. If not, there's a woman standing next to Trump, which could be side person. Different timelines are taking place, and you just have to hang in there. What I am getting from this whole thing tonight is we're looking in the wrong direction. We're looking at the main players as the main players when they're not really the main players. And I think that there's other people to come into play where we might not be seeing them as the powerful ones. That is coming out very, very strong tonight. But somebody is going to lie in state. God forbid. It's coming up very strong. We're looking at the main players as the main players, and I think there's a bigger picture here with younger people coming in. I think it's just going to be information after information what's coming out this year. It's going to be quite a roller coaster, guys. Give us another 3 cards. See, is there a chance that Trump could get back in? I'm just going to ask. Yes, but trickery is upon us. We've got the Magician card. And we've got kickoffs, massive kickoffs, yeah. There's the Magician card. That's, I'm not seeing a civil war, but it's close as a civil war if he doesn't get back in. But the strength's coming out. And a new understanding coming in for the people from both sides. Because even though all this is going on, there's a godlier thing happening. Bigger thing happening. Because if something, what's going to happen with the global economy, and I want to see a situation what's going to take place over the Middle East or somewhere else, which it's also going to affect trade. And I think it's everything else is going to overcome that, because it's not going to seem as important, because I think it's a case of everything will change. But peace will not come to the United States of America until 2028. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I feel this really, really strong. So it doesn't really matter who gets in. Well, it does for people who are supporting either side. But in the bigger thing of things, these characters which look like could be running is Trump and Biden again, isn't the ones for the future for the United States of America, isn't the ones who are going to correct things for the United States of America. They're just the players for now. I'm getting it really strong tonight, and I'm going with what I feel. I'm just going to double check which one of them could drop out the race. So Biden. I'll pull 3 cards out for Biden and 3 cards out for Trump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we'll have Biden on top and we'll have Trump underneath. Trump's not walking away. He's not walking away. He'll have to be taken away because he will not walk away. But Biden may walk away, yes. I'll say it again. Trump will not walk away. He's there. He's got the pins. He's got the pins in the bottom of his feet. You know, like them sticky pins. He will not walk away. He's got his stuff in his hand. He'll not walk away. He'll not walk away from the people. He'll not walk away from his party. He'll have to be taken away. But Biden, I feel, will possibly be carried away. But a younger person to come in is going to be the downfall of Trump, if not careful, whoever they choose. That's what I'm getting, and I'm sticking with it. And this is coming really strong in from source tonight. From source. Let's pull one more card out. There is a snake. There is a snake in the pit. There is still trickery ahead. Because where the blue will pop up, the blue will win. The red will war because of deceit to still to come. But truth will be truth. And it will be proven it's blue. But it is close shaven. It is close shaven. You thought the last election was bad. This one's going to be far worse. But there's a snake still in the pit. That to me always reminds us of, like, you know, the Oscars. The winning cup. There's rage round with the red. But the snake is still at play. The snake is still at play. I feel it all has to happen to change everything. Because even all this is kicking off in the United States of America, there's something bigger happening behind the scenes globally. It's something what's going to come from another country, what's going to distract everything. It will distract everything. And that's where I feel mankind, where they were enemies, will become friends. So to me, when I'm seeing a situation like that, it's like a WAR situation, world situation, because then it brings people you didn't like together because they really are on your side. Does that make sense? New America is upon we, but after a fall. And I want to say a new party will be, instead of it's formed or reformed, a party will be broken and a new party will be reformed or formed. I want you to remember that as well. But I mean, I could be looking a few years into this year. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put these away and I'm going to do a quick scry for yous. Are you enjoying it? Right. I think that's why Zizi's gone off on the hoof. Zizi! Okay, let's see. I'm just checking to see if there's anything going on more behind the scenes. This is really strange, guys, what I'm saying. I'm seeing lots of military, lots of soldiers. And they will call up people. God be red. It's an event to take place and it's around a small island or a small town or somewhere what's not really talked about. But it's going to bring big players in to protect this place, which is going to bring forth an event, which is like a WAR event. And remember, it's a distraction, but it's happening. And I see lots of military. So something is brewing here. And I keep getting like the Bay of the Pig situation, like with Kennedy. Was it Kennedy? On the edge of something. But Kennedy did a swift move, didn't he? My mother was just talking about that this afternoon. She was telling us about stuff when she was in the secret military with Russian spies and all of this type of thing. But anyway, she was telling us about the time when Kennedy got killed and how Kennedy did a swift move to stop something happening, stop the war happening. And I get a situation like that happening again. People will be called up. I've just seen Trump's face there making an announcement. And it was quite an official announcement as well. You know, like you would if you were going to be a prime minister, like a president. So there's still a timeline there with him. But you never know, do you? Okay, I'm turning this around so many degrees and I'm seeing a big Stargate. And it's happening, it's somewhere around, it's on Earth or around, it's actually on Earth. Oh my God, I want to say like interdimensionally coming through spacecraft. Fleets and fleets of spacecraft. And this is what I'm being given, mind. They are residing on Earth, and it might have something to do with Antarctica. But there is a star. There is some main port there or somewhere where they're in and out. I've talked about this before, where we're going in through the 9th gate of the next level of human civilization, and we are starting to ascend into a more telepathic race of being, a bit like what the Palladians would be. So we're going to have to be very careful. I'm going to say this to you, right, because there'll be many psychics who'll know this as well. Just because you're psychic, it doesn't mean you're all holy and thou. You could have somebody who's extremely good psychic, and there could be a devil worshipper. You just don't know. So what I'm saying to you is that if we're all becoming telepathic, we need to watch for people who are draining our resources, like the psychic vampires, that type of thing. So we need to be keep ourselves grounded, keep ourselves focused. Because if you're in a group of people and then everyone's telepathically reading people, we need to have boundaries up there. Because if you can telepathically read somebody, we're going to be like that. We're going to be telepathically connecting with people around the world. We can also block that person. You have the ability to do that as well. I liked what Hazeltine here put in the audience on Twitch. My friend was an incredible psychic, but a total rogue. I like that. Yeah, so what I'm saying to you is that we have to protect our energy fields. So there is some truth what David's saying here. There is something going on in the outer realms. And what I've seen within my remote viewing and being in circles, not just out on YouTube, I'm talking about private circles where we do earthwork and stuff like that. I do stuff like that with friends and that. We've seen all of this, and it's definitely going on. So I would say that there's a force of army of people, and they're not just on this planet. Well, you've got military. We all have a friend or a family member who's in military, but we also have secret military. And then you've got, Secret Service, all that type of thing, James Bond stuff, what's going on. But then you've got it all going off up in the skies. But I would say that there is legs of humanoids which aren't from Earth. And they are working within secret military organisations. It is happening. As I psychically look into this crystal ball, that's what I'm feeling and seeing. But I also feel that where you've got a good side working with an alliance, you've got it also working on the dark side as well. It's a bit like Star Wars type of energy when I'm getting tonight. It's really strange, this, right? I'm sort of seeing it. An opening, and it's on the sea. And this literally, it looks like something off. Remember Stingray? But like the sea just lifts and opens. It lifts and opens, and like flying spacecraft are going in underneath the sea. But it's where I'm seeing this, it looks like it's near a very high cliff. And I want to say they're all over the place. One of them's just off the coast of the UK. Its Space Force is fully operating. They use Trump as well, when Trump came out when he was in power and he said, this is Space Force, remember? And there was people standing there with their space uniforms on. But they seep it into our reality. It's getting we're ready, getting we're prepped. It's happening. I mean, they're building a bloody big space station up at the top of Scotland. They're asking people for jobs, military, to work on this space station. It's going to be a secret, bit like an Area 51. And it's American, far as I can gather, as well as the Brits. like a space station, like flying in, new Space Force. They're building it up there. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of yous this year alone see a lot of UFO activity flying around. Like I said, it doesn't mean that it's ET beings who are flying this. Because to me, what I'm seeing here is that they're working amongst special forces. So maybe it's a humanoid looking. I mean, to be honest, we just don't really know, do we? You don't know who you're walking down the street past. You really don't know. But I would say that you get a feeling when you know they're different. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? You get a feeling. And I think that's what we shouldn't do as a human race as well, is wonder. I know it's all exciting because it's something that we've always wanted, is disclosure. But what you've got to understand is that they're the same as us. Just different DNA or different... They've just been born on a different rock. I feel that they're sipping... That there's many of them here now living amongst us. Many. And some of them are interacting with humans within relationships. And I said this in one of my past videos and they took it down. Why would they take it down? It was only just a few weeks back. Inappropriate for the community guidelines. Why? Because I'm saying that humans are going to interact with extraterrestrial beings and have relationships. Inappropriate for the community guidelines. Because it's bloody happening. That's why. So, I think it's a case of that it's just naturally always been there, but I think they've manoeuvred a lot in. And I wouldn't be surprised, I know this sounds really off the mark tonight, but I may as well go for it, that some of you, even in the audience, might meet somebody or fall in love and you just know they're different, or anything is possible in this crazy world. Anything is possible. But they will interact. And it's nothing to be scared of. I mean, some humans are absolutely not nice people. Do you know what I mean? So there's good and bad everywhere. But I would say when it comes to technology and that, they've been over it in, because the world is changing. The world is going through a massive clean-up. One door is shutting, a new door is opening. The economy is going to take a hit with this, but it has to. But it will be okay. But there's going to be a wobble. This is why everything is about, because it's all greed on this planet. Everything's about greed. There's going to be an event to do with something to do with submarines. I want you to remember that. And it's just off a bay of somewhere. And that it might have something to do with Putin or China. Watch for that coming about. An event in the sea. Event in the sea. It's going to come on to world news, so watch for that. Yeah. More weather balloons to take place. Strange. What is the trumpets? I believe it's their spacecraft. You know, like the film, I know it's just a film, but you know, Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Where you had at the end and it was like, they were communicating with the people in the military and they're going, do, 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 do. Remember that? Do, do, do. Like trumpets in the sky. It's the craft. It's some of these big motherships communicating. And I'm going to say this again, what my guides and my star friends keep telling us, everything is frequency, everything is energy. Watch the skies, but watch the ocean, watch the water. watch the water. Okay? And I'm going to say anything big what will take place is coming from the water. The water, the seas could divide. It's turning very woo-woo, this, isn't it? How we had all them strange situations, and we've had them into last year, beginning of this year. Was it last year? We had the crash in someone's garden. Where was it? In Vegas? With apparently extraterrestrial beings. Then we had the situation in Miami in the shopping mall. You know, you've had all these strange events. There's more of this to come. And I keep saying this, strange contact will come about from individual groups of people. Oh yeah, Mexico too as well, yeah. I see people lining up having to get their fingerprints taken, but it's like a DNA thing. And that would be the mark of the beast. Now I've got that tune in my head. Do 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 do. People are lining up, taking their fingerprints, but it's not for to take them away. You know, like you take criminals away and you take their fingerprints. They're in uniform, and it's like they're having to go somewhere. Looks like a grey uniform. The beams as well from the sky. You know, you had that situation, was it in California, where burning beams, but I think there was trees still standing there, wasn't there, where there was... It's a situation like that. Mysterious burning buildings, that type of thing. But I have this feeling of a hype inside of it. I'm going with my intuition tonight. It's like a hype. And what I'm getting is that they're getting ready for something. It's like they're getting ready for something. And I want to give you the 25th, the 26th. Something big's coming. And it will be announced where they'll have to call in the people. They will call in the people, but people can't say no. The last time I got something big like this was the situation with the jab thing, wasn't it? When I had mentioned it. Interesting. But remember, nothing sticks. Everything moves all the time. Everything changes. So where there's darkness, there's light. Where there's lightness, there's dark. You can't have one without the other. But get ready for the next rollover into the next big event coming. It's like the finale of the finale type of thing. The people who are getting the fingerprints are willing. They're being called up. They are willing. But you can't say no if you want. But it's a case of, if you don't, you will just be put into another category, thinking it's a worse category. But it's free will world. Everything's free will. But once this mark's taken, it can't be taken away. It's the divide coming. It's part of the crystal grid what's coming. They will not get away with what they're doing, because amongst all of this, with this darkness and chaos, restriction, communism, restriction, the good guys within the other military are coming in to change that. But an event will take place before this is exposed. It'll not be exposed like the way I'm saying it. It will just be men standing, making an announcement. Then there's a panic. Then there's a global panic. Then it all stops, like a Bay of Pigs situation. And when the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. But one more thing. A man who was gone, who had been taken away, a man who was supposedly shouldn't be here anymore, his tapes will be revealed and will expose the truth. I'll leave that one with you. Godspeed. We are living in times of huge, huge revelations to come. Isn't that right, Nala? Isn't that right? Tapes will reveal the truth. Because where one's tried to do it, one's been taken away. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting Julian Assange. But where there's been others, and where there's been ones who have been portrayed as rogues because they didn't fit in to the system. These were very clever men. But this man is cleverer than Julian. Because he planted something, what they've been after for a long time, and it will come out. The cat is about to be blown out of the bag. Yes. So take a deep breath. Do the inner work. This has so helped me tonight, guys. I'm glad I've come on. And just live in the here and now. Remember, I'm just the girl what talks to the kitchen wall. You know, this is my take on it. But without yous, it wouldn't be the show. And I love yous all. And I have a funny feeling, even though I'm in a very strange time in my life, I think our little chats are going to really help me. Yeah, I think that tonight has been I've enjoyed it. I really have. I'm now going to get my pajamas on and I'm going to make myself an organic hot chocolate. And I might just have a dippy biscuit, a plain dippy biscuit, and I'm going to put my pink fluffy slippers on and I'm going to go watch David Wilcock. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Oh, thank you. And thank you for your lovely messages. Sorry if I couldn't get back to everybody. But yeah, sweet dreams, guys. I've been on for 2 hours, just over 2 hours, and I think I better go. But I feel really buzzed up. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you for all I like all the things, the little things you've been giving us and sending us. But I'll see you soon. Good night, take care, God bless, and may the force be with you. Watch the skies and watch the oceans. Watch the water. It's going to be epic. See you soon. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, yes.